Welcome to Things I'll Take It From Here, the podcast where we unpack the movies and stories that emotionally dragged us. And today we are talking Wicked for Good, a film that honestly grabbed me by my throat, shook me around, and told me I needed to feel something. I just want to say, before we even get into this podcast, John Chu, if you are listening, I don't know, if whoever knows John Chu, if that's your cousin, if that's your uncle, you need to send him this because I need him to send me some money for my therapist. Thank you.
No, real. So
Thank
real.
you. For this special episode, I felt like I couldn't process this movie alone. So I had to bring on a very special guest. And this is her first time on the pod. So you guys better be nice. Y'all
Yeah,
better be
you too.
nice. So welcome Lyss from Lyss Reports. So glad to have you on today. This has been a long time coming, I feel. Shout out to the algorithm gods for bringing us together.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully, you don't hate me by the end of this because I do have some hot takes and
Oh,
we
so
will be sharing them.
get ready for the hot takes, y'all. Get ready for the hot takes. And again, like I said, be nice to her, even if her hot takes are hot. Okay. All
I'm
right.
just a
So
girl.
we're just girly pops. We are
We're
just
just
some
girly
girly
pops.
pops. Before we get into our own thoughts, right, about the movie, I want to talk about what the internet, the streets, the critics have been saying about Wicked for Good because people have had some opinions and they're loud as hell. First of all, I feel like one of the biggest things that I've seen people talk about, and not even just Wicked for Good, but also the first one, is how amazing Cynthia's vocals are. A lot of people have been saying like she was singing like rent was due, like the eviction notice was hanging on the door and they said, if you don't hit this high note, Cynthia, we gonna cut your water bill. Like
Hmm.
she really was delivering. I think obviously Ariana Grande delivered too, but I feel like that was kind of to be expected. And that's no shade to Cynthia, but it's like we know Ariana Grande is a singer. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Absolutely.
People also really loved the chemistry between Alphaba and Glinda, which I think really carries from the first movie. And
Yes, definitely.
right, I feel like just
No,
yeah,
they're like I keep saying that they are platonic soulmates. And I think people have a problem with that. Like they think it's weird, but like it's a theater kid relationship. I need y'all to really pick that up. Like it is a theater kid relationship. They are platonic soulmates and they have just amazing chemistry. Like no two people would have been better at this role. Like it's impossible.
I totally agree with that. And I think it translates on screen, their bond and their closeness. And I don't think this cast could have been any better, but maybe it could be. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Maybe it could be. Another thing people have been talking about is the production design. I think the general consensus is that Oz looks really incredible and feels really grounded. And then people just really, with this movie in particular, people really felt connected to the emotional weight of part two. I feel if you haven't seen, there's a lot of videos of people, being very emotional and crying at the theaters when they watch this film. Some people
Me.
on this very call right now.
It's me. It's me.
um but Lyss, I'm curious, what do you think about like some of the positive things people have been saying about Wicked for Good, and do you agree with most of the things you've been seeing?
I do agree. I think that this movie, I've seen it 4 times now. So I do feel like I have a valid reason to speak a lot of words. And it literally has become my personality, Wicked and Wicked for Good, but specifically this movie, I was being asked, do you think you're gonna like Wicked? And I was like, no, I know I'm gonna like Wicked for Good. Like it's gonna be better than the first one. I just know it. And while it does have a little bit of flaws, I think that all of the positive praise is definitely warranted and valid. It is a beautiful movie and story. It's a great continuation to the first movie. Act 2, a lot happens, and we learn a lot about who the characters become, how everyone has been changed, and it's just such a beautiful story. The songs, in my opinion, are better in Act 2, which is Wicked for Good. So I think the movie's stunning. I think that learning that a lot of the scenes have been improvised, like some of our favorite scenes, and seeing all the positive feedback is just it makes me happy that the thing I was looking forward to all year didn't suck.
Yeah. And before we get into the things that people think did suck, I just want to just say this because I think I need to hold space for my love, Jonathan Bailey. And I feel like he has
Mhm.
been such a highlight for me in both these films. I don't know what men did to deserve him. Truly, I don't know what men did to deserve him, but I am jealous. He was so fine. When I tell you this man was so fine, even when he looked like the love child of Ryan Reynolds and a breakfast cereal, and he still was so fine. Um, but
Absolutely. I
I
agree.
10 out of 10. No notes. Whoever
Yep.
casted him, there's a special place in heaven next to Harambe for you.
Yep.
Um,
And can we talk about the vocals on that man too? Just makes him so much
yes.
hotter.
Oh my
Even
god.
looking a little like Ryan Reynolds, it's I can close my eyes a little bit.
So let's get into what fans have been saying that they have not been vibing with this movie. And we've talked a little bit about this, but
Mhm.
one of the biggest things is people felt like the movie moved too fast, and that
Mm.
they felt like when Dorothy and the gang showed up, that it kind of felt a little clickbaity, especially since we didn't get to see
Okay.
Dorothy's face. Um, there's been a lot of stuff about Nessa's storyline and how it confused a lot of people because they felt like it didn't get enough time to breathe. I was actually okay with how Nessa Rose's story ended. I honestly can't think of a better duo than a House and Nessa.
The house was
Honestly,
my favorite part of the movie. The
my,
rising star, my favorite character.
right after the tornado.
She looked so pretty as she went.
She really
Yeah.
did. I mean,
Mhm.
I do agree that I would have loved a little bit more depth between her and Bach. And well, speaking of Bach, I think people felt very strongly about his character. And
Let me tell you something. Here's my first hot take. Bach
okay.
is the Tin Man.
Oh
He can
no,
low
don't
key
say
get
it.
it.
Don't say it. Oh my
He can low
god.
key get it. He's a little short king, but it wasn't, you know,
This is
and
a
in that moment, I saw what Ariana sees.
this is a Bach hate account. I just want to make that very clear.
I'm not in a safe space.
You are in enemy territory. But I think he did a phenomenal job. Like, he was a great
Mhm.
actor. I wish we got more of his story, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I think he was a polarizing character for a lot of viewers. And I mean, there was a lot of polarizing characters, I think, in the second part of really in both movies, but some people really stepped it up, like Madame Horrible. I will not be saying her name anywhere in this podcast. I just want to be very clear.
Did you know something?
What?
MM Wicked Witch.
You have not seen the videos of the
It's literally
actress?
playing rent free in my mind right now. It's all I can think about. It's so funny.
If you have not seen the videos, I need you to run. Like, break your ankles, break your neck, run to YouTube and look at Michelle Yeoh. Look at her videos talking about what is it?
Madame
Witch.
Horrible, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Make sure you check it out.
She's
Truly
the
a
best.
highlight from her press.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
but yeah, I feel like she was also another really polarizing character, especially like her casting. That has been, I think, all over social media is people saying they don't feel like she should have been casted in that role. I'm curious what you think about that.
I actually disagree. I think that Michelle Yeoh's Madame Horrible is perfect for the film. Can she sing? No. But does she know this? Yes. So going into this, we shouldn't have been expecting stage level like vocals. In Wicked the musical, Madame Horrible is a lot more campy than what she is in the movie, and I don't think that campiness would have worked. And a lot of the people that are being the names are being thrown out, like Cheryl Lee Roth, like I think that
Love her.
she would have made it more campy than what Michelle Yeoh did. And I think that she was truly like wicked and
Mm.
definitely was scary. Vocals were not eating girl, but you know what? They auto-tuned what they could. And I'm gonna say another hot take. Her vocals were still better than Marissa Bodie's.
Oh no. No, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I will say her vocals, they didn't exactly eat. They may have nibbled, they may have chewed,
Nibbled was crazy.
but certainly nothing was being eaten. Okay.
No,
It was
no.
maybe being sucked on.
The
And
crumbs were crumbing.
listen, the plate was full.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
But I want to talk about, like, since we're talking about the music, I want you to list like your favorite two least favorite songs from Wicked Part 2.
Okay, favorite would be For Good because that has been my favorite song from Act 2 for years. It is the song that makes me cry. It is my in the singing in the shower song. It is all of the above. I thought that they did an incredible job, and it also was the closest to the stage show. Uh, with that, like in the movie, most songs were changed as they were in the first movie, but like drastically, in my opinion, for some of them in Act 2. Um, and so I appreciated that it was really true to the source material. And also a lot of it was like improv. They also reshot that scene. So I felt like because that was one of the first scenes that they originally filmed, now it being reshot, it added so much more weight and emotion because it's not just the girls saying goodbye to each other, it's Ariana and Cynthia saying goodbye to these characters. And that makes me really emotional. Like I could start crying right now. I just love it. I think For Good is just such a beautiful song, and I thought that the movie orchestration was just perfect. I would say As Long as You're Mine, although it is different from the stage show, that would be my number two because the way that they use the drums to really like mimic a heartbeat and show their love growing in that moment was so beautiful. Also, Jonathan Bailey looked incredible, and I was fighting for my life in that movie theater during that scene. I was fully like squealing like a 12-year-old girl. It was insane. And this has been my experience all four watches. Like, yeah. And then I would say probably No Good Deed. No Good Deed is beautiful, but it can't be two or one because of the lack of the Fiero scream and the whole can't succeed of it all. Why does she change the lyric to if I can't succeed when it's cannot succeed? That doesn't do
Yeah.
things for my brain that I like. I don't know. It doesn't scratch my brain. I would say probably Finale at 4 because it's just stunning, no notes, beautiful, beautiful moment. At 5, it would be Thank Goodness because Ariana ate that shit up. Although I don't like that they took out Madame Warble's line about Glinda having like a summoning with Oz and how she becomes Glinda the Good. And then Fiero also in the musical says like, "Do you hear what they're saying? I can't believe they actually believe this about water being able to melt alphabet." And I think that would have like added a little bit more context and like just been better. How many songs are there? Oh, okay. I'm missing 3. No, 4. So then I would say 6 is probably Girl in the Bubble. It's okay. It's not my favorite song, but it was fine. 5 would be or no, 5. Hello, 7 would be No Place Like Home. 8 Wonderful and 9 Wicked Witch of the East. Oh wait, oh my god, I forgot March of the Witch Hunters. So March of the Witch Hunters would definitely be in the top 5.
Okay.
So
I
we'd
was
be
like,
bumping back.
I was surprised. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't say that one yet. I was like, is this
No,
gonna
that
be
would be
another?
like top 4, I
I was like,
think.
is this gonna be another hot take?
Uh, no, March of the Witch Hunters would definitely be number 4. Regardless, Wicked Witch of the East is the very last one.
Okay. I was like, did I make this space too safe for you not to include
No,
that
no,
song?
no. And Every Day More Wicked, I also forgot about that, but that would be like 9, and then Wicked Witch of the East would be like 10.
Gotcha. And I think a lot of people would agree with a majority of this list for sure. I mean, well, I don't know. A lot of people hate what's the one with the girl in the bubble?
Girl in the Bubble.
Yes, that one. A lot of
I
people did
don't
not like
I
that
think
one.
I think people hate that because of where it takes place in the movie. It's not in the right spot. and it feels so jarring having taken place in between March of the Witch Hunters. And in my opinion, it would have just been much more impactful had it taken place after her conversation with Madame Morrible, and then that's her defining moment. I think the song is really important. I think Glinda needed a defining moment in song, but I also feel like the new songs just sound really poppy and like not musical theater enough, and they don't really fit the music of the show of the movie.
It should have been an end credit scene kind of song, I think, or like a credit song. You remember, like back in the
Yeah, it could have been.
day? Y'all remember back in the
Yeah.
day when we
Mhm,
Disney would have those
mhm.
movies and they would have those big pop songs with the
Yep.
credits, even though it never really
Mhm.
felt connected to the movie. Like I feel like
Absolutely.
that's where that song belongs.
I feel there was like a Raven Simone one at some point. Lots of
Yeah,
them, lots of songs.
the
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers. I think they got Miguel for something.
Yeah. Yeah. They had some random ones. It didn't
Yeah,
make any sense, but love it.
that's where the song
But I do agree. I do agree.
All right, so I want to pivot and talk about our dream cast. I'm really interested to hear what your dream cast was since you were such a huge fan of the stage show. So I'm curious, like, who were you thinking when this was announced, but they didn't announce a cast? Who was your immediate, oh my God, I hope this person has this role, whatever, whatever? So I'll go first. So for me, I feel like I would not make any changes, like in terms of Cynthia or Ariana. Like, I can't even fathom changing that.
Mm-mm.
If Mia Goth can play two characters, almost three characters actually, in Frankenstein, Jonathan Bailey can play like five. You know what I'm saying? We could get
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey variants. He could be the wizard. He could
Mhm.
be Random Munchkin number 5 that said she's allergic to water. Like he could play every character. And that's my dream cast. That is my dream
Period.
cast.
Period. Like the multiverse of Wicked, basically.
Yeah, the
The
multiverse.
council of Jonathan Bailey.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I would watch that 1,000 times.
For me, to be perfectly honest, I when I heard they were making Wicked, I was like, I don't want it. Because Wicked the musical is just so special to me. And I was like, they're gonna ruin it. Like, I'm so scared they're gonna ruin it. And like we were hearing all these things about like Lady Gaga and like I love her down, but like no. And I agree. I would not change Ariana, Cynthia, or Jonathan. I mean, I honestly don't think I would change anyone but Nessa Rose. And y'all are gonna hate me for that. There's another hot take. No
I just
shade to Marissa Bodie. I'm not impressed with her Nessa Rose.
I just realized Jonathan Bailey cannot play that character.
No, that's
No,
the
it
one
cannot.
he can't.
That is the one he cannot play.
Maybe not Elphaba's mom either.
We have to draw the line somewhere. So now I want to talk about some of the most unhinged moments of this movie that I don't think we're talking enough about. I feel like everyone is talking about, the music and the characters and all of these things, but no one is talking about like how unhinged some of these things are. So I have like 3 unhinged moments that I've been thinking about a lot. So the 3 most unhinged moments I think have to be, and I'm gonna list them from most unhinged to least unhinged. So I feel like the first one is the fact that Fierro slept with his bride's best friend on their wedding day. That was truly
Yeah.
some crazy work. Truly
Yeah.
some, I mean, I guess a sex cardigan can make you do some crazy things. So
The cardigan was cardiganing.
it was the
And
cardigan.
the lacy lingerie underneath.
Exactly.
Fierro had been dreaming about that for 5 years.
He's like, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
In the forest with their makeshift bed.
Yeah, he
Right.
probably should have imagined a big four-headed girl, with red lipstick and pink
I'm
hair
dead.
and
He
cheekbones.
definitely did. He definitely did.
And what's the next one I was thinking of? Oh, the Tin Man talking smack about the lion's life being destroyed by Alphaba because she saved him when Fierro was like 5 feet away, as if he wasn't part of the whole rescue mission. Like, Are we only mad at the girl? What is going on?
She's so wrongfully blamed all the time.
She
But that
really
was
is.
crazy.
Wait, does okay, and this is a good question. Do they not realize that Fiero is the scarecrow? Is that what
They don't know.
so that explains it. So then Fiero probably was like, little do they know that was me too. Like,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
especially because he's in that scene and like
and
he's
Marcy,
just there.
yeah.
He's just there, like, yep, talking about my girlfriend, I guess. He's like, period.
As if he was not part of the whole operation.
As if it wasn't his idea to grab the damn cup in the first place.
So my last one isn't technically something that happened in the like the movie per se, but I think the fact that Jonathan Bailey once again is in a project where he meets the love of his life on a horse and then nearly marries whoever is adjacent to that woman he's in love with. So a sister, a best friend, whoever's standing closest, only to dramatically not go through with the wedding before getting together with the person he had chemistry with all along. The fact that this happened twice is insane, and I need to find a horse.
Yeah, I think you actually do, but maybe in an alternate reality because that boy likes men.
I need to find a horse, and I need to get a
We
strap
need
on.
to just
Got it.
right there. You go, there you go. Because you've seen the chemistry that he has with Cynthia, which, by the way, two gay people with that
Love
much
that.
chemistry, it just goes to show that the straights are the issue.
100%. I did.
I
I
say
did
that
not.
as a straight
I
person.
don't. I did not choose being straight because if
No,
I had any
I
other
never
choice,
had.
if I
I
had
never
any
had
other
my gay
choice,
awakening, and I think about it all the time. It
I
makes me really
almost thought
sad.
it was gonna be Demi Lovato, and then it
It
wasn't.
almost was Demi Lovato for me. Yeah, yeah, it was. It
So,
was almost her.
what is your what is like a moment that you think that was truly unhinged? And it could be from the first movie, it could be from the second movie. What was a very unhinged moment for you from the
Well,
movie prequels?
I'd have to agree that leaving your bride for her best friend and then doing the deed in the forest
The
that
same
night,
night.
the same night on your wedding night is crazy. But can we talk about that timeline real quick? Because within 24 hours, the man is standing at the altar, leaves his betrothed, goes and does the deed with her, with Miss Girl, and then is turned into a scarecrow. He's literally turned out a straw within less than 24 hours. That is insane. Like,
Yeah.
poor guy. He like that one time was the last time. Like that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're kinky. Who knows? But
What's crazy?
definitely that.
All I can think about like is what was his last meal? Because he'll never be able to eat anything the same way again. Was it
Well,
the
it
wedding
wasn't that
cake?
cake. It wasn't that wedding cake that
Let me just tell you,
Madame Morrible got in.
if I was working that wedding and everything hit the fan, animals running, whatever, it gets canceled, I'm gonna eat. You best
Oh,
believe
100%.
I'm going to the kitchen and I'm eating the food.
And you know it's the good food too, because it's put on by the wizard.
The wizard's dime.
I would definitely say that that would probably be the most unhinged. I think that the frog and Madame Morrible like face in the cake was pretty funny. I laughed so hard at the moment when Glinda is making fun of Elphaba's cackle during the catfight scene. That is so funny. And that was improv. Like that is so funny.
Oh my
I
god,
love
all of
it.
these improv moments I think really made this film so incredible and I'm here for it. These
Mhm.
directors let your actors have some
Have
say
fun.
because
Yeah.
it's the parts that people enjoy the most.
Absolutely. And like Ariana and Cynthia, they definitely know the source material. And so like their chemistry's so good together. Like they can just do whatever and just add so much more to the like so much value to the story. But they're hilarious. It's so funny. Like there's a lot of things I just saw an interview of John Chi talking about, but she's Ariana specifically is just so funny.
So
I
I'm
love her.
glad you brought that up. So this is our second to last segment. I'm very curious if you think the stage production was like more humorous, or do you think the movies have been Do you think John Chu made a good adaptation from stage to screen? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think that the movie or the stage musical is definitely a lot more funny. It's a lot more campy. It's definitely a lot more upbeat because like you kind of have to keep everyone's attention. You know, you have to have these like funny moments even in the serious times. Same with the movie, but I do feel like obviously Wicked, the first movie was a lot more funny than part 2 because For Good is just a lot more serious themes. But it did have some really funny moments, and I think that they did a really good job at keeping the movies a little bit more seriously toned, specifically with For Good, because so much happens and it's just so like dark. I think that they did a really good job with it. I do think that John and Chu did an incredible job with this adaptation. I don't think anyone else could do it. I saw today that shout out Legacy sent this to me, and he said it was a post that said that James Cameron was originally interested in making Wicked 15 years ago. It would have not been the
What?
same. It would have not been the same movie, and I think that because John Chu is such a fan of the source material, he saw the show before it hit Broadway in San Francisco with Idina and Kristen, like in 2001 or 2002. So, like, he's been such a fan of the show for so long, he was able to really put a lot of heart into it, and you can tell that this movie musical that is based off a Broadway show is it has a lot of theater or a lot of fans of the source material in it, and including like former cast members. The whole ensemble is made of like former Wicked cast members on Broadway. So like Broadway and across like the world. Ariana's mom is played by the original Alphabet on the West End. So like lots of really cool little like tidbits about that like really show the heart behind this film. And I think that if anyone else touched it, it would have not been as magical.
Interesting that you said that. I have not seen the stage production, so I was really curious about your perspective. One of the things that was my biggest, I don't want to say hang up, but one of the things that I've been reflecting on a lot about the movie is I kind of wish he made some just bolder choices. I think he took
I
a lot
agree.
of safe risk and was afraid to
Mhm.
go far from the source material because
Mhm.
of theater kids. Because who wants to beef with theater kids? Who wants to
We're crazy. We're crazy.
he is afraid of theater kids, and I think that's why he stayed so close to the source material. And I kind of wish he expanded the world a little bit, which ties perfectly into our last segment. So I don't know if you know, but and for those who are new here, the reason why the title of my podcast is Things I'll Take It From Here is because what this podcast does is explore stories and take it to another level of like how a character can be expanded, how a world can be expanded, and just taking these stories and looking at them on a more deeper level. And we're going to pitch how we would love to expand the Wicked universe, whether that's a sequel, whether that's a prequel, TV shows, another movie. That's what we're going to do. So, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So I feel like not a lot of people are going to like mine, but I think they should make a animated series, and I think
Okay.
it should be during the college years. I think animation is the perfect kind of medium to expand the world of Oz without the limitation of casting or continuity. I think you could deepen each character's arc and actually show how they become the people we meet in the movies. I think it's a chance to explore the world building that the film kind of only really hints at sometimes, like what's beyond Oz, right? Like what's Madame Horrible's backstory? How does magic work, like politically and socially? And I think an animated series would let the story breathe. It would build the
Mhm.
lore. It would bring in new fans without needing the original cast. Because let's be real, like I don't think they're gonna be able to get Coleman Domingo and Ariana Grande and all of these big people that have been in this to necessarily come back for another project or a show. Like maybe they would love to do it. I feel like Wicked is definitely going to set a course of letting these actors really advance in their fields, and I think it would be difficult to bring them back. So I really think an animated show, or yeah, I would say a show over a movie. I think an animated show can kind of fill in some of the gaps that people wish that they had gotten in terms of like knowing more about how Oz works politically, socially, magically, and all of these things. So that's my pitch.
I like that. I think that'd be really cool, like kind of like an anthology series, just kind of
Yeah.
like answering a lot of questions. I like that. I think that would actually be really cool. I don't think that's something that's like impossible either because they are talking about expanding. Steven Schwartz has pretty much confirmed that he and Winnie Halsman are working on another Oz related project that won't revolve necessarily around like Elphaba and Glinda's friendship. We don't really have a lot of details, but there is a book like about life outside of Oz or like what's outside of Oz in the Gregory Maguire. He has like 5 novels and he's writing a
A new
Galinda,
one.
a
He's
new
making a
one
new
about
one.
her childhood. Yeah, but I would like to see, and I've been saying this, I want a Son of a Witch adaptation. I've never actually read the books though, so like I know they're unhinged. But what I my dream, I guess, would be I have two. So it would either be Son of a Witch, where we find out like Fiero and Elphaba have built some life. And spoiler alert, they conceive a child during As Long as You're Mine. So they have a son named Lear that is the book is based around. And I would like to see them be a family and have Glinda like that note that is left in the Grimoire, making it so that Glinda has been searching for Elphaba because she really truly believes that she's still alive. And she finds them and she becomes like his fairy godmother or something. I don't know. And then they all live happily ever after. I haven't gone much further than that. But I also thought it would be really interesting if they gave us a kind of like a prequel story to how Oz was even formed and the first magic users of Oz and who and the creators of the Grimoire, the magical wise ones that we see Idina and Kristen be in Wicked, the first movie. I think that would be really cool. And I think that would be probably easier to do because I think Kristen and Idina would be down, of course, but they wouldn't have
They
to worry
books.
about
I'm not trying to be
exactly.
shady.
I
That
mean, Kristen
book was
has
easy.
a Broadway show that just started and it's not doing that great. And then, obviously Idina's doing Frozen 3 and 4, but aside from that, they're free. And I thought it would be really interesting and maybe them not even being in it, but like kind of cameo to almost kind of like reprise the rules a little bit. I don't know. It probably wouldn't even make sense for them to be in it, but I think an origin story of Oz would be really, really cool because it's something that we haven't seen before.
Girl, I thought you
Um,
were about to say orgy.
oh, only if Jonathan Bailey's involved.
All of the Jonathan Bailey
All
variants.
of the Jonathan Bailey variants, yeah, have to be involved. Absolutely. Because yeah, that would be kind of nice to see. Anyway, but yeah, I think that a Magical Wise Ones would probably be the more easiest to do. But I also would love like a Son of a Witch original movie musical. I think that'd be so cool. But I
Yeah.
mean, who knows what's gonna happen? Steven Schwartz may have lost his touch a little bit because those new songs didn't really hit.
They should
So
get
maybe
maybe
not.
they should get Lin Manuel Miranda. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, no.
Son of a witch.
Oh my god, yes.
I can see it now. I can see it now. But I could totally see a prequel. I would love a prequel. I love world building and learning how magic works in different worlds. I'm a big nerd. So a prequel that explores that would be
Yeah,
incredible.
like House of
But
Dragons vibes, but like more
yeah,
magical. Yeah.
exactly. Lean into it. Like who made the
Mhm.
Grimoire, right?
Exactly. Like that would be so interesting to see, like all of those details.
Yeah. And how did the wizard come to power? You know what I'm saying? Like more details
Yeah.
about that. But thank you for giving me your pitch and thank you so much for being here on your first episode, hopefully not your last, and surviving
Yay.
the emotional roller coaster that is Wicked for Good because it's really been a journey. It's so
Mhm.
sad that, it feels like a chapter is closing, but I'm excited to see what's next. And I want to thank everyone for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow the show, leave a review, and stick around because I'm going to be switching gears and diving into Stranger Things theories. And I think I actually solved how Stranger Things is going to end. So make sure you follow for that. And go ahead and follow Lyss Reports on TikTok, Instagram for all your film and TV news. I will be dropping her handles in the show notes. I'm Cami. This has been another episode of Things I'll Take It From Here. Bye, guys.
Bye.